So every day ಎಷ್ಟು ಮೊಟ್ಟೆ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ? 500 ಮೊಟ್ಟೆಸ್. Well, tells you how busy Devdas is all evening. ಇದೇನು ಆಮ್ಲೆಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ?
ಹೌದು, ಎಗ್ ರೋಲ್ ಇದು.
ಎಗ್ ರೋಲ್.
ಹೌದು.
Fantastic.
ಆಮ್ಲೆಟ್ಗೆ.
Well, you can see that egg, and then you can also see some of that egg chilli that's safely cocooned within its folds. What I like here is that the omelette is very nicely seasoned, and I like that creamy, powdery texture of the egg yolk, no? Charmuri with boiled egg. Fantastic. This is such a happy riot of colors, textures and ingredients. So what is this place?
This is the egg joint, sir. And Mr. Devdas, he's the owner.
So I'm with Abhishek, my friend here in Mangalore. You may have seen him in an episode that we did on his grandmother's restaurant.
Yes, Akamakka's hotel.
Akamakka, which is a 100-year-old fish eatery here in Mangalore.
Yes.
And as I was coming here to Mangalore, he reached out and he said he has this interesting street food recommendation for me. We've been on the road for a few hours, so I wanted to eat something but not too heavy. And so he said we should come to this egg place.
Yeah, egg place that is right opposite Radha Medical's Bunch Hostel.
Namaskara.
I'm following you.
Yeah?
Pleasure
Okay.
to see you here.
Thank you. Have I come to the right place?
Yes, you did.
What's special here?
Especially the charmuri and egg chilli.
Namaskara, sir.
ನಮಸ್ತೆ.
So, ಎಲ್ಲದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಪಾಪ್ಯುಲರ್ ಏನಿಲ್ಲ?
Tumbler is good, sir.
ಚಿಲ್ಲಿ.
Egg chilli. ಅದೇ ಚರ್ಮುರಿ. ಇದು ಚಿಲ್ಲಿ. ಅದು ಚರ್ಮುರಿ. ಬಾಯ್ಲ್ಡ್ ಚರ್ಮುರಿ ವಿತ್ ಬಾಯ್ಲ್ಡ್ ಎಗ್. ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಯಾರು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಇದು? ಇವರು. ನಿಮ್ದು ಹೆಸರು ಏನು ಸರ್?
ದೇವದಾಸ್ ಅಂತ.
ದೇವದಾಸ್. ಎಷ್ಟು ಟೈಮ್ ಆಯ್ತು ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ?
18 ವರ್ಷ ಆಯ್ತು. ಐಡಿಯಿಂದ ಒಂದು ಹೋಟ್ಲಲ್ಲಿ ಡ್ಯೂಟಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೆ.
ಹಾ.
ಹಾಗೆ ನೋಡುವಾಗ ಒಂದು ಆಮ್ಲೆಟ್ ಮಾಡುವಂತ ಒಂದು ಇದಾಯ್ತು.
ಇದೇನು ಆಮ್ಲೆಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ?
ಹೌದು, ಎಗ್ ರೋಲ್ ಇದು.
ಎಗ್ ರೋಲ್.
ಹೌದು.
ಎಗ್ ರೋಲ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಆಮ್ಲೆಟ್ ಅದ್ರೊಳಗೆ ಬಾಯ್ಲ್ಡ್ ಎಗ್.
ಹೌದು, ಎಗ್ ಚಿಲ್ಲಿ ಇದು. ಇದು ಚಿಲ್ಲಿ ಉಂಟಲ್ಲ,
ಹಾ 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 ಹಾ.
ಚಿಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ ಮಾಡಿ ಅದನ್ನು ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಹಾಕುದು
ಫ್ಯಾಂಟಾಸ್ಟಿಕ್.
ಆಮ್ಲೆಟ್ಗೆ.
ಇದು ಯಾರು ನಂದ?
ಹೌದು.
ಓ, ಆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಡಿಶ್ ಇಸ್ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಡಿಡ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ಡರ್ ದಿಸ್?
ಸ್ಟಮ್ಲರ್.
ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀರಾ ಸರ್?
ಸ್ಟಮ್ಲರ್ ಬುರ್ಜಿ ಬ್ರೆಡ್ ಹಾಕಿ.
ಬುರ್ಜಿ ಬ್ರೆಡ್ ಹಾಕಿ ಸ್ಟಮ್ಲರ್.
ಎಗ್ ಬುರ್ಜಿ.
ಆಯಿಲ್ ಏನು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ನೀವು?
ಕೋಕೋನಟ್ ಆಯಿಲ್.
ಕೋಕೋನಟ್ ಆಯಿಲ್.
ಹೌದು. ಬುರ್ಜಿಗೆ ಬ್ರೆಡ್ ಹಾಕಿದ್ರೆ ಸ್ಟಮ್ಲರ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ.
ಪ್ಲೆಂಟಿ ಆಫ್ ಟೊಮೆಟೊ.
ಟೊಮೆಟೊ.
ಇದು ಎಷ್ಟು ಪ್ಲೇಟ್ ಹಾಕ್ತಿದ್ದೀರಾ ಇಲ್ಲಿ?
ಇದು 6 ಪ್ಲೇಟ್.
18 ಇಯರ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿದೆ.
ಹೋಟೆಲಲ್ಲಿ ಸಂಜೆವರೆಗೆ ವೆಯ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಸಂಜೆ ಬಂದು ಇದು ಮಾಡೋದು.
ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹೆಸರು ಏನು ಸರ್?
ನಂದು ಉಮಾನಾಥ್ ನಾಯಕ್.
ಉಮಾನಾಥ್ ನಾಯಕ್. Plenty of eggs going into that mix of onions, tomatoes and some green chilies that have been fortified with tons of red chili powder as well. Well, I can smell all the masala, all the spices, all the red chilies. It's a nice, happy atmosphere here. All around there are customers. Whilst he's preparing the preparations one by one, he did the egg roll before that. He's got the stumbler and he's got the egg chili that he's going to be preparing after this. So is this like a popular Mangalore tradition, street food tradition?
Yes, sir. And for egg, this is one of the best spots because
Yeah.
anytime you see from 5 onwards, you will have the crowd till 10:30 at night.
Fantastic.
And the cars are parked till up there and they give drive-in service too.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
And I think eggs also make the sort of sustenance that you can eat anytime, right? So it kind of makes for a meal, it makes for a snack. And what's interesting here is that there are variations of it. So this, of course, is the egg roll, which is an omelette in which egg chili stuffing
Exactly, sir.
is concealed. And then, of course, you've got some onions, you've got some coriander. That is a very famous egg stumbler.
Egg stumbler, sir.
This is a dish that I've tasted only in Mangalore. In fact, the last time around I tasted this at the angadi.
Exactly.
So, in a South Canara tradition, they make a staple, a tiffin tindi out of bread, which is a bread uppari. Basically, where the bread is tossed with a few spices and given an ogarne of some mustard seeds, etc. Into that bread uppari goes some eggs, and that becomes the egg stumbler.
Exactly.
Right? So, should we begin with the egg roll? Well, you can see that egg, and then you can also see some of that egg chili that's safely cocooned within its folds. This is tasty. What I like here is that the omelette is very nicely seasoned, and I like that creamy, powdery texture of the egg yolk, no? You got the creaminess of the egg yolk, and then you bite into that springy texture of the egg white, of the boiled egg white. And although it's an egg chili inside, it's not really the sort that's too spicy, right?
Because it's more of like egg white and stuff, and really nice.
And I think one of my top recommendations already, the coriander also brings in a bit of freshness. This is quite tasty. Basically, the egg yolk in that egg chili, along with some chili powder, etc., has almost been mixed, pulverized to a creamy mousse-like consistency. And I think that's what's interesting, because that then coats the entire boiled egg within, and that's what gives it that flavor. And I love the crunch of the onions. Huh?
And even the tomatoes, which is, I really like it. It's too soft and
Delicious. So now I know why this is your favorite dish here. So this is basically a scrambled egg with toasted spice bread with plenty of the red chili powder. Of course, eggs have kind of softened a bit. So is egg tumbler a Mangalorean sort of a dish?
because you don't want to have anything heavy. The first thing comes to the mind is of Mangalore people is egg tumbler. Because it's like they've eaten something non-veg but not that full or anything. So it goes.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So you got the protein, that is the egg, fortified with a bunch of spices, the onions, the tomatoes, etc. And then you got the carbs in the egg.
And this place I've seen that even many gym goers, they come here after their workout.
For the protein fix.
For the protein thing.
Fantastic. Flavor wise, this feels a lot tamer than that. The egg roll is big on its flavor.
That's the first thing for me. The number one thing, go for egg roll. Then go the
Then go the stumbler. Especially if you're tasting the stumbler after the very flavorful egg wrap, the stumbler has a tough act to follow. Idan egg chili nimdu?
egg chili.
So ಏನೇನು ಹೋಗಿದೆ egg chili ಅಲ್ಲಿ?
ಅದು ಬೇಯಿಸಿದ ಮೊಟ್ಟೆ ಉಂಟಲ್ಲ ಅದನ್ನು.
ಸೊ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಏನು ಕೊಡ್ತೀರಾ ನಮಗೆ ಈಗ?
ನಿಮಗೆ ಆಮ್ಲೆಟ್, ಬ್ರೆಡ್ ಆಮ್ಲೆಟ್, ಚರ್ಮುರಿ ಕೊಡಬೇಕಾ ಮೊಟ್ಟೆ?
Charmuri kodi. I think that's a very interesting dish. They do a charmuri, which is the puffed rice with the boiled egg. Really? Boiled egg. So every day ಎಷ್ಟು ಮೊಟ್ಟೆ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ?
500.
500 mottes. Well, tells you how busy Devdas is all evening. He hasn't had a moment's rest from the time that we've arrived. He's been busy on the tawa, on the wok. There's a whole batch of boiled eggs that have come in here. Adenu charmuri ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ?
charmuri.
He's busy counting the teaspoons of salt.
ಒಂದು ಗಂಟೆ ಹೊರಡೋಣ. 160.
Well, this is something that I've never tasted. And I'm sure there are many people who will probably say this is blasphemy. Taking a churmuri and then adding some egg into it. So this dish has been around in Mangalore for a while?
It's there for many years. But these are the places where they really master the art and give you the best. Other places they give, but it's not that great.
So when you say boiled charmuri, that refers to the boiled egg that goes into the charmuri.
Exactly. That's the only difference what they have and the way they toss it.
So is there also a sauce that goes into it?
The tomato, the onion and everything, and just they mix it up with chili powder.
There's some
and
oil also that goes into it.
Yeah, the coconut oil.
The coconut
because
oil.
of that it becomes too soggy.
Ah, fantastic. This is such a happy riot of colors, textures and ingredients. I can see bits of the boiled egg. I can see some onions in there. I can see flecks of the coriander. I can see some of the tomatoes that are glistening through that, also having benefited from that generous lashing of the coconut oil. And then of course the churmuri, the puffed rice has almost soaked up all the juices, the juices that come from the onions, the tomatoes, and also the coconut oil, and all that intermingled with the red chili powder.
And until you finish the entire thing, you'll have the glossy texture all together because of the oil.
Fantastic. Well, to finish it, we have to begin with the first bite. The texture of the charmuri or the puffed rice is very different. In fact, it almost has a bit of a gritty bite.
Exactly.
Because it's absorbed, it's soaked up the oil, etc. So it's become a little hard in its bite. And I love the hit of the onions. Do they also put some garlic in this?
Garlic they don't.
They don't use garlic.
But tomatoes they use a lot.
And the onions.
Yeah, the onions.
I think what's nice here is that the coconut oil also tones down the hit of the red chili powder.
Exactly.
Because I saw plenty of the red chili powder going into it and I was worried. I thought it would be very spicy. But because it's got that coconut oil that goes in, that basically tones things down, rounds off all the flavors and almost brings it all together, right?
Anybody comes here, sir, they first order for charmuri because it doesn't take much time to prepare. You get it farafat. After that, they go for stumbler or the egg roll.
So this is my second favorite dish here. I think that egg roll and the charmuri.
All charmuri.
But of course, we haven't tasted that egg chili yet. And that egg chili, I think in my opinion, was the protagonist or the lead character that went into that egg roll.
Exactly.
Because it's that egg chili that lent it its fulsome flavor. This is such a happy snack. I also love the juiciness of the tomatoes in there. And also I think the portions are such that if you have maybe one of this, it's quite filling. Andre helike charmuri, but because of all that goes in and because of the motte,
Exactly.
it is quite filling.
And when you order here, you can order for the normal charmuri also. But when you have the boiled charmuri, it makes you feel full.
So how many eggs would go into this? One egg.
One or two, I think, if at all, yeah.
And how much is all this priced at?
It's all average price. The egg roll what you had, that might be 80 rupees.
Yeah.
So that's the costliest here. Then the other things, tumbler might be 50 or 60. In that range only it goes. 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. Yeah, that's the max.
Now I'm also getting a bit of the sourness. Is there some lime that they drizzle into
they
this?
squeeze the lime in it.
So good. So I've got the warmth that comes from the chili. I've got a bit of that tartness that comes from the lime. I've got the sweet acidity of the tomatoes, and I've got that fulsome crunch of the onions. There's so much that's happening in this boiled charmuri.
Boiled charmuri.
So this is not something that you order. You order mostly the stumbler.
I order for all four, sir. After 3, I'll be already full. But 4 is like the greediness. Okay, however I come to live and why to waste the fuel, so I'll have one more.
Fantastic. Well, it tells you that he's a true food lover. You're not having.
Yes, sir.
I'm basically asking him a lot of questions. So he's busy answering me while I eat all of this. So good. We should move next to that actually. What's nice also here is that there's plenty of garnish, no? Be it in the coriander, the tomato, the onions.
And some customers request for more garnishing, so
Yeah.
they put more of onions too.
And he also seems to be a very soft-spoken person. He doesn't want to speak much, so I think he's very low profile. But some of the other customers here were telling me he's had this stall for the last 18 years, but in the beginning he used to work in a hotel.
He was working as a waiter and evening he used to come here and do the
Fantastic.
omelets and other items here.
I mean, that tells you his journey. That's incredible, right? You
Exactly.
work so hard and then at the end of it you have something like this to show
And
for
at
it.
10:30, if at all you see him, he doesn't have time at all.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I think there's also a garam masala of sorts that he puts into this.
That also they add, sir.
And I think that's a secret sauce here. And I like the manner in which that egg yolk has been pulverized with the spices, with the garam masala, with the coconut oil, with the tengenene, to an extent where it's almost saucy. that egg yolk is almost like a thick sauce in the manner in which it has combined with the spices, the masala, etc. And I think that basically helps coat all the other ingredients, be it in that egg chilli by itself or also when you're having it wrapped in that omelette.
Exactly.
I'm going for a nice big bite. I've got the egg white, I got bits of tomatoes, I've got some onions there. I got flecks of the coriander too. This, my friends, is the pot of gold here at DEVDAS's egg shop on Court Road. So when you come here, according to me, you should definitely try the egg roll, try that boiled churmuri, and also if you have then some space, if you have the sort of appetite that my friend here has, also try that egg chilli by itself.
And also the egg tumbler, sir.
Also the egg tumbler. Well, there you go. So do they also have something to help you wash this down?
They have juices which they prepare at home.
Yellow, carrot, vanilla, grape, lime, punarapli.
Yellow, sesame. Adra juice ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ?
ಮತ್ತೆ grape juice ಇದೆ.
Fresh grapes fresh
fresh. ಇದು vanilla, ಇದು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ.
ಸರಿ ಕೊಡಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮೂರು ಕೊಡಿ. Carrot ಕೂಡ ಕೊಡ್ಲಿ. Let's try everything. I don't know when we'll return. Well, the thing to do when you're here at DEVDAS's motte angadi, for want of a better word, there's no board here, is to wind things up nicely with some of these homemade juices. So I've got a selection here. We've got the yeld, which is the sesame. Then there is the vanilla. There is the carrot. We've got some kokum as well, the garcinia, and we have some lime. So where should we begin?
Go for the vanilla, sir.
Go for the vanilla. What does he have in that? He's got some...
Couscous.
Oh, he's got some basil seeds in that. Very pleasing. I'm sure there's some vanilla essence that goes into it, along with that slightly slimy texture of that basil seed. Want some? That's nice, not too sweet at all. I think next I want to try that yeldu, the sesame. I've never had a sesame juice before. This is delicious. You can taste the nuttiness of the sesame. I'm sure there's some jaggery that goes in with it to sweeten it.
And everything is prepared at home, so they don't come and prepare. They prepare at home, they put it and they put it in the freezer.
You know, I love that combination. You know, during Sankranti we have that, no? We have the yeldu with something sweet, with the jaggery. That's the combination that this reminds me of. It takes me right back there. And I think the earthiness of the jaggery that's used as a sweetener in this combines very well with that sesame. Don't you think so? I love it. There's certainly something that I want to have a second swig of. There's also a bit of its powdery texture. So I think I want to go for it all the way to the end. There's also a bit of the bitterness that you're tasting that typically comes from sesame. Sorry, I'm not giving this to you. Back to you.
I'm happy you're finishing off, sir.
I think this was also my find of the evening. This time, why don't you go first? Which one are you going to try first?
I'll go for the carrot, sir.
Fantastic. So how much would these juices be?
15 or 20 max. Juice yeah, 20 rupees, sir.
For each juice? Yeah. That's it. You know, there was an ad from many years ago, and the ad went Coke Yake. This fits that line perfectly. Huh?
For kokum and lime, 15.
Yeah.
Huh? Other things, 20.
Fantastic. So good. There's a bit of cardamom that I'm probably tasting in this.
Carrot today, elakkidala pande.
That's what I'm tasting in that. I could taste the flavor of some cardamom. Super ideri, super ideri. Well, they have no time to look at me. They're busy preparing their tumblers, boiled charmuri, egg chilli and whatnot. But this is again very good. I think it's the little combinations, right, that you probably do at home. They probably somewhere along the line figured that carrot juice would make for a great combination with the cardamom. And it's beautiful.
And I suggest you during mango season, sir, they prepare the mango juice at other level.
Really?
Yeah, I used to come only for that.
Fantastic. My second pick of the juices here. What are we trying next?
We'll go for the lime, sir.
Maybe he goes for the lime first. I'll go for the kokum first. I'm glad we didn't try this earlier because that kokum just grips hold of your tongue. Yeah. And I think there's also a bit of salt that goes into this along with the sugar, and probably the lime will help get rid of some of those strong flavors. For me though, it was sesame that was the real discovery, and followed by the carrot juice laced with that subtle hint of cardamom. Fantastic. I've enjoyed my time here. At one end of the spectrum, you have all those celebrated places that have been around for decades. And the other end of the spectrum, you have places like these that have emerged out of someone's hard work over a period of time. They're not looking for accolades, they're not looking for recognition, they're not looking to be Instagrammed about. They go about quietly finding a corner, going about their work. But I think it's nice to every once in a while also shine a bit of that spotlight on them.
Absolutely, sir. Because I always love that when people like you come to these places many people don't know at all. So I'm glad you came, and for them it's like a big blessing.
No, not at all. I think it's a blessing for me to be tasting this food with Abhishek guiding me here. Thank you very much for bringing me here.
So you came here and you made our day.
Thank you. So well, if you find yourself in Kudla, in Mangalore, and want to taste something interesting street food style with eggs, definitely look up DEVDAS's motte angadi, that stall that he has here at the beginning of Court Road.
Exactly, sir.
In my picks, definitely the egg wrap, the egg chilli, and don't leave without trying that boiled charmuri. And if you have space, well, there's also the egg tumbler, and wash it all down with some of their homemade juices. Don't miss the sesame, the yellow. I hope you enjoyed this street food episode here in Mangalore. Until the next time, take care, stay safe, stay strong, and happy eating and drinking. Cheers.
Yeah, cheers, sir.
495.
495. 200. 200.
Sadevela. Thank you. Thank you very much. Well, all the dishes that we tasted, I think we tasted about 4 dishes and 2 more for the crew, and 8 odd juices for under 500 rupees. Great food, honestly priced. At DEVDAS's
Egg joint at Court Road, right opposite Radha Medical.
Fantastic. At DEVDAS's motte angadi. If you'd like to support the work that we do at Food Lovers TV, do consider joining our membership community on YouTube by hitting the join button below or on the home page. You could pledge a nominal sum and receive special privileges like behind the scenes footage, shoot updates, access to live Q&As, and a lot more. You could support us on our Patreon page as well. For more info, check out the links in the description below. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and leave a comment below. Happy eating.